Hi, Kenyans. Greeting. I was asking myself that is ruto okay? Why is that? Uh, Unlike few more African countries, Kenya is a country where people don't have organic food. More of Kenyan land have been practicing GMO crops, which means Kenyans are losing their natural strength. Kenyans are not as strong as they used to be. When you consume GMOs, you become GMO yourself. That brings me back to what is happening of the Ebola crisis. I was thinking deeply about what might happen if Ebola reaches Kenya, and it could be catastrophic. It will destroy, demolish, raise, and he bet it will kill a lot of people. And I strongly believe that the administration system, starting from President Ruto, will indeed regret after because it won't be as it is in Congo. Congolese and Congo land is a virgin land with no fertilizers, where food grows naturally. There is no genetically modified organism in terms of crops they are cultivating, which means Congolese are one of the strongest people in Africa when it comes to strength. Those are the one of the strongest people. So now Congolese are struggling with Ebola. The number has almost reached 300 people affected with Ebola right now that I'm talking. And Kenyans, they want to bring Ebola to their country because of money. What is 5 million US dollar comparing to the lives of the people? Why couldn't America build a quarantine facility in Kinshasa or in other part of in east of Western DRC? Couldn't they build the facility in Bukavu or Goma? Because the Ebola is already in Goma, Ebola is already in Bukavu. It has gone outside of Bunia territory. We see even it in Mila, in Sao Paulo. There are suspected cases recently that they were there. So now Kenyans want to bring the virus into your own country. Fine. But here, I'm here to warn you. It won't be the same as in Congo. Here's why. Congo has zero vaccination rate. Congo has zero excess death. Kenya has 8.8 million who completed vaccination dosage and more than 4 million who had one dose. Why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because in East Africa we've been seeing excess death that nobody talks about. When we hear Dr. John Campbell in the United Kingdom, we hear in USA Senate, Parliament, wherever, we hear in Australia some doctors talking about excess death. In Africa, no one talks about excess death, but there is excess death whenever the vaccination rate is high. I've seen excess death in Rwanda. There is excess death in Morocco. There is excess death in Egypt. There is excess death in Algeria. There is excess death in Uganda. There is excess death in Kenya that nobody talks about. What is causing excess death among most of these African countries? These are the countries that have adopted what I may call deep capitalism over the past years. They adopted genetically modified crops, organisms, and they changed their natural system they're operating that were set up by the ancestors. They no longer use African herbal remedies. I'm a herbalist myself. I'm a herbalist. They are the people that are higher educated. When I talk about Kenya, I talk about Rwandans, they're higher educated. And the system has brainwashed them in a sense that they believe everything should come from the West. Now, you Kenyans and Kenyans in general have been pro-West for all of those long time. But now, the reason why they're coming out is because it involves your own life. But did you think about your children's? Your children in most cases might get some virus injected into their bodies. I mean, antigen-based stuff that they inject to kids. Do you ask questions or do you just comply? Because as Africans, we were supposed to be asking questions. Why should my baby get 3 shots of such things instead of one? That means you're injecting 3 viruses at the same time within a short period of time. Why does my child get this instead of that? Why can't I use some African herbal remedies? Because we know they used to work. When colonial power comes into our land, they don't find dead bodies. They find organized communities. They found people who have their own way of living. Of course, we've lost that way of living, but we've not lost the real remedies that we used to use. So Kenyans, I'm not quite sure that your government is ready to abandon or to leave that 5 million US dollar. But in case the quarantine comes into your country, you need to boost your immunity, especially those who were who took the shot, because you will be in high risk. You will be in high risk. There is a report coming from Germany talking about IgG4. Did that any of you ever heard about IgG4? IgG4 is when the T cells cannot communicate with B cells, and the antibodies, which are supposed to be produced, are produced in large numbers, and afterward they come and attack your immune system. They attack from inside the cell. Normally, immune cells such as macrophage and dendritic cells, they give signals, and macrophage are supposed to patrol outside, not inside, and to see what comes from outside. So it swallow them. That's why the macrophage are called big eaters. They destroy the virus before it comes. But now what is happening is something that is in your cells, causing body cell destruction, like the rest of the world. So now, in case your government accept the quarantine, what should you do? What should you do as Kenyans? You relax, Stop fighting because you're going to crash with the army, with the police, and many of you are likely even to lose their lives. Use super detox, boost your immune system. Ebola is super fast than people might think. Ebola destroys internal organ very fast. To destroy your capillaries, your veins very fast than people may realize. It destroys your liver cells very fast. To destroy your kidney, your adrenal gland on top of your kidney, which are in charge of filtering very fast. It causes tachycardia or tachycardia, those who tachycardia, when your heart almost stops suddenly. And not only does your heart stop suddenly, but there is a fight between the heart and the brain. Your brain shrink, your neurons, your brain cells shrink within a second, are destroyed. And that's when what you see when every almost cells is destroyed, blood comes out, passing through the ears, passing through the mouth, passing through the gums, passing through the nose, passing even everywhere. And the body is swollen because of the destruction. So if your leaders decide to bring Ebola on your side, of course you'll be in big trouble. But by many time, you can use this. Kenyans, come on. Come on, let's go back to our roots. You can use rock salt on daily basis. Because remember, Ebola is worse, faster, it kills faster. But there is one side of it, which is, I may say, is positive. So now, let's say you are using rock salt every day, fighting the virus inside your body and therefore boosting your immune system on a daily basis. Daily basis. I'm not only talking about Kenyans. The whole world should understand the rock salt. We don't want to lose Americans. We don't want to lose Germans. We don't want to lose Holland. We don't want to use people from United Kingdom. We know there's a lot of excess death there. We've got the report from Dr. John Campbell. Thank you, Dr. John Campbell, for everything you've been doing. You've been doing a great job. You may wonder, is there only one doctor or two doctors on this planet? Why nobody's talking about excess death in America? We see maybe in American Parliament, Senate, where they like talk about excess death. But what is happening to the doctors who are supposed to talk about excess death? So we thank Dr. John Campbell and other German doctor who tried to enlighten us with reports. This German doctor, this French doctor, also who are trying, but they're very, very few. In Africa, nobody talks about excess death, but people are dying. People are dying. People are dying. We have generals who drive cars and they stop breathing. We've got member of parliament themselves because those were the first one to take the shot. We've got a lot of death everywhere. Have you heard Ruto had 3 shots? No. And Odinga had how many shots? Was it 3? Where is Odinga right now? Was it too old? Normally Kenyans were strong because they eat grilled meat. And they have a lot of cattle and a lot of animals. But a lot of old people are perishing, the young ones as well. Nobody talks about it. But in this channel, we're going to start enlightening whoever believes in us on what to use. We don't want to lose people from Holland, people from Sweden, wherever you are, subscribe to this channel because we are going to tell you how to detox. We need the whole universe when people are alive. We don't need robots. Robots are likely to be more than people in future, but what benefits will they bring to us? Because robots, AI cannot eat, it cannot consume, it can only be there, but it will never eat. The tomatoes, the salad, the bread, no, humans are the one eating. And what if we're being invaded or manipulated by the outer space agent so that we exterminate ourselves? Because now, over the past years, we've seen some big organization going against different type of people in different type of land. What if we were? It's like we are supposed to fight each other, and somebody over there is waiting and timing to take over our planet. Okay, we need to think. We need to stay awake. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Detox, this is rock salt. It has a lot of minerals, like I said, but sodium is the most important. Of course, magnesium, potassium, zinc, iron, copper, and every type of minerals are there, and in large quantity. And use it. You detox. You remove the spike protein from your veins, from your brains, if it has not already eaten them up. Remove them from your liver. Remove them from your kidney. Remove them from your brother, your girl brother, your small intestine, your large intestine. Remove them from your stomach. Remove them from your capillaries, your varicose vein, varicose walls. Remove them from everywhere. Rock salt. There's different type of rock salt in different countries, but ask which one is drinkable. Take one full spoon, crush it, take one full spoon, drink on a daily basis. Don't take salt. Don't take refined salt. No. Look for rock and ask, is this drinkable? Can I drink this? If it's rock salt and it's the one people drink, you drink 1 cup every day on an empty stomach when you wake up, and over you can do it for 444 days, and your body it has removed all of the type of toxins. Thank you very much. You were with Master Kata. See you again.